It's going to and welcome back to the Journeyman with me, FoggyPlays on FM22. Today we're taking on Club Brugge in the Champions League, where it's all going. As I said, we're going to win the Champions League this year. Group stage, just a formality at this stage. And we're taking on Chelsea in the league, where we continue to be unbeaten because we are exceptional. So if you do want to enjoy this episode, do make sure to leave a like and subscribe. YouTube loves when you subscribe on YouTube. The buttons and all the smash and panenkas and do all the beautiful, beautiful things. So let's get into the video. So as I said, we're taking on Club Brugge to start this episode, and then we're taking on Chelsea. And as I also said, we are unbeaten. Unfortunately, we did pick up a draw against Leeds, which was very frustrating, but we have been in quite good form. So drew with Leeds, smashed Chelsea's kind of second 11. There were some of their first team players. Well, a good portion of their first team players were in that match. But we managed to come out of it quite comfortably. Beat Man United 3-2, which was delightful. We've acquired a new rivalry with Chelsea. I think it's officially a rivalry now. Beat Man United, who are an actual rival, just about. Comfortable in the first half. I said to the lads, you're doing great. No need to worry about anything. United came back and scored twice in the second half, and then I was like, come on now, lads. And then Castiel came on for Moukoko. Did he come on for Moukoko? He came on. Don't know, I can't remember who he came on for, but he scored. Then we beat Atletico Madrid 1-0. They were playing so defensive. I don't think, Simeone isn't in charge anymore. They still played like it though. So just about scraped a victory. Philippe Simon came on. Raheem Sterling played his first game. Was not very good. Speaking of playing their first games, Saint Maximin played and scored the first goal. Moukoko scored one, and unfortunately Saint Maximin also missed one. This is a Bristol City side who have scored twice all season and haven't picked up a single point. So you can imagine I wasn't expecting a 7-0 drubbing of Aston Villa, which ended up being quite good. Pedro Porro scored a brace of penalties quite early on. Philippe Simon scored himself a sexy hat-trick. Moukoko was absolutely non-existent, so Castiel came on and he scored. Unfortunately, Dylan Pintos picked up an injury in that game, so he is unavailable for the upcoming games. I don't think he's coming back for Chelsea, so we're playing with a slightly not as strong team. But we're going into this one looking pretty comfortable. DK has scored in every Champions League game so far, so I'm guessing we're going to have to score at least 2 to win this game. Pedro Porro, even though he's fully fit, he's going to rest for this game. Batari is going to come in. Pedro Porro has been exceptional, but I want a fit right back to play against Chelsea, and I think Pedro Porro is the one I want for that. Falcao is going to be starting in goal, as he has done every game so far this season. The aforementioned Batari alongside Lopez, Omo Bombadile and Alatobi, Blas and Bellingham in midfield, Christian, Douglas, Delaney and Simon as our attacking trio behind Moukoko. We had an international break which went quite nicely. Ourselves, Ireland, we managed to beat Slovenia comfortably, and well, I say comfortably, they took the lead, but we won 2-1, so it was fine. And then we went and played Northern Ireland, where we continued our good form and beat them. I think it was a 4-1. It was a pretty tasty time. So I was quite happy. The players were fairly happy. And now for our Nations League group, we have Slovenia and Poland as our final 2 games. And Moukoko absolutely pinged that off the wall. Unfortunately, Hector Lopez couldn't get his header on target. But yeah, Poland are top, but we are joined on top with them. And I think that's the final game to be played. So if Northern Ireland, Northern Ireland have to play Poland. If they can pick up points against them, that'll be fantastic for us, because we're probably going to beat Slovenia, and it would be quite nice if we could get if we could get promoted. because that would just be delightful. We do have a pretty weak team, though, is all I'll say. It's not like a lot of our players play in the Championship or under 23 of the Premier League teams, which is not ideal. Bazunu does play for Porto, but to be fair, he's not even that good of a player when he plays for Ireland. But back to the matter at hand, we are taking on Club Brugge. As you can imagine, not a huge amount has happened. We've had some highlights, but no super clear-cut chances. Makoko and Blast are passing the ball to each other. Delaney is through, finds Makoko, puts it in the back of the net. His 11th of the season. Delaney is an absolute beast in attacking midfield. Not much of a goal scorer. I think he played 37 Premier League games last season for Fulham, and he scored 1 goal. I think that was his only goal was against us. So I think you can he's not really a striker, I think, is what I'm trying to get at. Jude Bellingham, just his form. This is the first time I've seen him play a 7 in I don't know how long. He has been terrible. Properly terrible. But because he's our vice captain, I keep playing him. He's also one of our best players. It's like himself and Makoko. I'm just going to put them in the team. If they're fit, they start. Except that one game where I put Bellingham on the bench and Christian Douglas took the shot on his left foot. I know he's stronger on his left foot, but still, surely you'd chance your arm with your right foot and see what happens. This is, bearing in mind, is a Club Brugge side, 4th in the Belgian league. So it's not like it's a Club Brugge side that's dominating Belgium. But we'll see what happens. Jude Bellingham, dinking and diving. Again, doesn't do much with it. Thankfully, I think that was Alatobi. Oh, Simon in. Makoko unselfishly passed it to Simon. Christian Douglas takes the corner. I thought one of our players was after getting on the end of it. Clearly they had not. Club Brugge slowly try and break away. It was quite slow, to be fair. We got all our players back that needed to come back, and just ended for them. That was quite unfortunate. Batari, not having a great game. Usually our right backs do play quite well. So the fact that he's struggled in this first half is a little bit worrisome to a degree. I'm not overly worried, but it would be nice if he could, pick it up a little bit. We're not going to make any changes, because why would we? We're comfortably a better team. We just need to put the ball in the back of the net once or twice more. I was kind of weary that putting 7 past Villa was going to ruin it for us, but I don't think it's going to. Simon comfortably just dinks it in the back of the net with his head. The majority of his goals are headers. He does seem to quite enjoy coming in off the left. So even though it does say he's an explosive striker or whatever, he's played the majority of his games on the left side, and that's pretty much why Raheem Sterling never really gets a look in anymore. I think the biggest issue he had was the fact he picked up an injury last year, and even though he's still playing and scoring quite a lot for England, I just think we have better options in and around the team. So potentially transfer listed for January, see if we can shift him, because he's not getting any game time. He is concerned. He's going to come to me at some point and say he wants to play more first team football. I don't really have interest in giving him said first team football, because he's not been playing well enough when he's been given the opportunity. Like the game he played against Atletico just wasn't great. Speaking of playing great, Makoko with his 2nd. This is delightful. Delaney with the assist yet again. Niall Delaney. Unfortunately, in the Irish team, we don't actually play with an attack midfielder. So he either plays up front or in central midfield. But he is still quite efficient when he plays in central midfield as a Mazzella. But we do have a Mazzella on attack. Or he plays as the advanced playmaker. So he's quite a handy player to have in the team, because he can play just a nice distribution of positions. Christian Douglas, Grabara. Oh, Christian Douglas was offside. He can play a number of positions, so it's quite nice to have a player who's effective at doing pretty much everything. It is time for us to make a change. 70 minutes in, players are getting tired. Delaney is tiring. So we'll bring on Castiel to play as the advanced playmaker. Blas can come off for Haga. We'll leave those for now, and then might bring off Omobomadele because he is quite an important player. I would like to have him fit for the game against Chelsea. They're saying Jude Bellingham's given everything he can. We've had 33 shots, 13 of which have been on target. We're going to take off Omobomadele. We're going to bring on Curzon. Swap these two around just so Alatobi can have a little bit of time in central defence. He is also quite upset with the lack of first team football he's been getting. He's fine. I think, judging how he's playing out in the left back slot today, might actually be more likely to get first team football as a left back, because we still don't have, like, we have 3 top tier right backs. We have 1 left back that's top tier. So that's quite an oversight on my director of football's part. We'll have to try and sort that in January, or hopefully he'll consider doing something in January. We don't have a huge amount of money though, which is somewhat annoying. Club Brugge -1. They've been decent with the goals they've scored so far. With everything that they've been doing, we've got ourselves a nice cheeky bit of cash money there. Superb in front of goal, well done. We will be back in just a second for the game against Chelsea, which is in only 4 days. Right, fellas, so now we're taking on Chelsea, who we're not favourites against, which is interesting. I know they're at home, but we're the form team in the league. That being said, the top 5 have a gap of 1 point, purely because we're the only unbeaten team in the league, and we did draw one of those games. So, interesting. It does want me to play Raheem Sterling. Speaking of Raheem Sterling, he has picked up interest from Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid, so potentially he will be leaving in January. Isak has interest from Liverpool and Real Madrid. Ooh. Didn't expect that. So we've made a couple of changes for the game against Chelsea. Pedro Porro is going to play at right back. Diaz is starting at centre back. Gonzalez is getting an opportunity, I suppose, more than anything, in central midfield, because Jude Bellingham wasn't amazing. And Karim Adeyemi is playing instead of Douglas, just because there's much of a muchness between them, really. They're exceptionally good players, and I just think that there isn't a massive difference between them. And to be fair, Adeyemi, I think, is our highest, or he was our highest assist making player. So he's very, very good. I've just taken in a love for Douglas. As you can see, Delaney, even though he's playing as advanced playmaker on attack, sits very deep for the position he's playing. And Simon, that would have been quite a nice goal. Nice way to start the match. But unfortunately, he puts it wide. Wolves, -20. It's not going well for them so far. It looks like Arsenal missed a penalty but scored the rebound against Everton, who I don't think have been relegated in this world. So, not really reflecting what's going on in actual football. Looks like they're going to get... I kind of hope they get relegated. But, Makoko slides in. Pedro Porro with the assist. Get in. Yeah, I think with the amount of money they've spent and how poorly they've played, wouldn't mind seeing them drop down to the Championship, just to show them that they can't just go out and spend all that money and not actually play well. I suppose that they're like the 8th most spendingest team. It's a very American way of saying it. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has scored for Everton now, and Delaney has put that one over from the corner. Instant highlight. We're 3 points clear atop of the division now. Makoko to Adeyemi. Wait, Arsenal are on 21. So does that mean they're losing? Pedro Porro, just about stops it. Has 2 men on him. Simon puts it down. Blas. It's all goal. Beautiful tackle by Pedro Porro, stopping Curtis Jones. Is that his name? I think it's Curtis Jones. I was just about to say what an absolute screamer of a goal, but it wasn't. Where is he? Yeah, Curtis Jones. I was going to say, I thought it was Curtis Jones, and it is. I know what I'm talking about. I do partake in this save, and I do pay some bit of attention. Some of the time, I pay attention. We're putting a bit of pressure on the Chelsea backline. Carlos Alexandre was, I suppose now, Leon's goalkeeper. One thing I did notice is West Ham and Newcastle essentially swapped well, not essentially, they swapped goalkeepers, but they didn't just do a swap deal. Oh, Falcao, that was not very good. Not very good at all. Yeah. West Ham used to have Baronez as their goalkeeper, and Newcastle used to have Onana, and they swapped them. I think Newcastle paid like 7 million extra, but like, why not just give them 7 million and swap the players? Just makes sense. Karim Adeyemi not having a great game. I do seem to have made a boo-boo not starting Douglas, unless Adeyemi does something here that's exceptional. Delaney is through. Cuts back, and that's outside the penalty area. I'm going to say it's outside. It looked outside to me. No penalty, but it is a free kick. Sivold. Nothing came of it. Alright, I think Adeyemi has to come off in the not too distant future. Do we just do a halftime substitution? I think that would be a bad idea. I'm far from pleased. Well, to be fair... No, okay, so they're not blaming Falcao for that mistake. But we'll give Adeyemi 15 minutes. To be fair, Alatobi is also having a poor game at left back. We don't really have anyone else that can play left back. Unless we bring Curzon. Simon puts it... Simon put it across, but unfortunately none of our players were alive to the situation. Chelsea were able to get rid of it. Pedro Porro, though, goes on a marauding run, and Adeyemi is just not even remotely close to being awake to what's going on. Pedro Porro could have easily gotten in there and stopped that, but decided against it. Curtis Jones is through, and Pedro Porro is at fault for that. I think I would put that down as Pedro Porro making a mistake, because he had the opportunity to stop him twice, failed both times. Ignore that. That was... We've come out in the second half and we're not quite with it. And they've just scored an absolute screamer again. Nikishin. Just quite nicely taken, has to be said. Alright, we're just gonna make those changes now. Adeyemi, you're playing horrendously. I'm gonna bring on Douglas. I'm gonna put Delaney into the striker position as a deep lying forward. Alatobi is playing trash, so Cujo is going to come on for him. So that is 2 substitutions just before the hour mark, or just on the hour mark. I'm going to berate the lads, because this is like, we beat what is essentially this exact 11 5-1, and now we're losing 3-1. Delaney, big ball forward for Douglas. Cuts it back for Gonzalez. Adrian Gonzalez puts it in the back of the net, and he's on a booking. I did not realise that he is booked, but that is good. Okay, we're going to jump forward, see if we can get more into this game. Delaney's not really doing as well as I was hoping he would. Porro has taken a knocked, bruised knee. Bruised knee. No. Delaney's going to come off for... But yeah, we bring on Isak. He's not had a massive amount of first team football this year. He's pretty good. Demand more. Come on. If needs be, if Porro does have to come off, we do have 3 centre-backs on the pitch. Could just swap it so that, you know, wide centre-backs. That's the thing, and it's quite a good thing. We do need the ball though. Porro, even though he's supposedly dead, takes that down very comfortably. And Chelsea are playing quite interestingly. Isak does pick the ball up, gets it across, and Makoko. Oh, Makoko. Okay, what can we do? Is there anything we can do? Can we do anything? Isak can move back here. Makoko can go in there. You can be an advance forward, as can you. We're going to go for... We need to make you an advanced playmaker. Cujo, you can be a wing back on attack. Go. At least a draw. At least a draw. Give me a draw. Score a goal. Encourage. Very attacking. Stop playing out of defence. Pump it. Pump it. Louder. Okay. I don't want to lose my first game of the season to Chelsea. Oh, they have the ball. Chelsea have it. Our players are battling, but not really doing anything. That was just not great defending. We have a corner. We do. Douglas comes over to take it, whips it to back post. Nobody is there. Gonzalez, just a casual jog to pick up the ball. We're just losing. Isak whips it across. Douglas doesn't get there, but Cujo couldn't beat whoever it was. Cujo to Isak. Cujo, that was such a terrible cross. Far from pleased. That was just terrible. You were abysmal. Not happy with your performance. Well played poorly. Adeyemi. Okay, so that's not ideal. We lose our first game of the season. You know, what are you going to do? Lost to Chelsea. They're a good team. Shouldn't have started at Adeyemi. Yeah. Bristol City won a game. Get in. I was starting to worry a little bit that they were going to get absolutely 0 victories this season. And pick up no points and be the new Derby County, but they've done the business. This is taking so long. We'll be... Okay, never mind. It pops up straight away then. As I was about to say, we'll be back at some point in the next episode for more games. So we've seen Bruges and PSV. I think we come back for... There's no good games around Atletico Madrid. We'll just play Atletico Madrid West Ham. Just because that'll be 3 Champions League group games played. I think it's all the home games we'll have shown. Yeah, it is. We should have it all wrapped up, so we won't have to worry about the PSV game. If we need to play that game, then we can come back for it. But it'll be Stoke, Atletico, or Atletico West Ham in the next episode. I'm so disappointed we've lost our first game. But if you did enjoy this episode, do make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all of your friends, and of course, I will catch you in the next one. Because it'd be weird if I wasn't here for my own video. Thank you for watching, fellas. I'll see you next time. Bye!